Okay, so I know a little bit late to the game today, but it is going to be pulse, pulse. It's supposed to be pulse, pulse, jump. There's no jumping for me right now. It's just none of my game color. So I've been out mowing the yard and doing different things today. Now it's time to get these in. So we're at the stance. Feet are slightly wider than shoulders just apart. We're coming on down. We're pulse, pulse, one upon the toes. Just like that, okay? Ready? You can jump if you want to. Not me. 3, 2, 1. Pulse, pulse, 1. Pulse, pulse, 2. Pulse, pulse, 3. Pulse, pulse, 4. Pulse, pulse, 5. Pulse, pulse, 6. Pulse, pulse, 7. Pulse, pulse, 8. Falling forward. Pulse, pulse, 9. Pulse, pulse, 10. Pulse, pulse, 11. Pulse, pulse, 12. Pulse, pulse, 13. Pulse, pulse, 14. Pulse, pulse, 15. Pulse, pulse, 16. Pulse, pulse, 17. Pulse, pulse, 18. Pulse, pulse, 19. Pulse, pulse, 20. Walk it out. It's 20 down. I think it's one thing that came up on my screen off there. There we go. All right. 2 sets of 20 is what we have to do there, right? So we're not ready yet. And I am like all over the place. Things coming up on my screen. Okay, there we go. Whew. Okay, that's 20 down. We have to do another set of 20. We're going to change up the view. Let's start from over here and work it around. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Pulse, pulse, 1. Pulse, pulse, 2. Pulse, pulse, 3. Pulse, pulse, 4. Pulse, pulse, 5. Pulse, pulse, 6. Pulse, pulse, 7. Pulse, pulse, 8. Pulse, pulse, 9. Pulse, pulse, 10. It's a storming. Pulse, pulse, 11. I was about to. Pulse, pulse, 12. Pulse, pulse, 13. Pulse, pulse, 14. Pulse, pulse, 15. Pulse, pulse, 16. Pulse, pulse, 17. Pulse, pulse, 18. Pulse, pulse, 19. Pulse, pulse, 40. All right. Woo. Knee stretch. Hand out. Oh, wow, that is tight. Pull it in, come on. Pull it up there. Only thing I'll do on Sundays other than yard work and cleaning and cooking and all that other fun stuff is squats. Okay. Whew. Now, 15, pause, 15. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Pulse, pulse, 1. Pulse, pulse, 2. Pulse, pulse, 3. Pulse, pulse, 4. Pulse, pulse, 5. Pulse, pulse, 6. Pulse, pulse, 7. Pulse, pulse, 8. Pulse, pulse, 9. Pulse, pulse, 10. Pulse, pulse, 11. Pulse, pulse, 12. Pulse, pulse, 13. Pulse, pulse, 14. Pulse, pulse, 14. Pulse, pulse, 15. Okay. You gotta do this 15 other direction. Okay. Ready for it. 3, 2, 1. Go. Pulse, pulse, 1. Pulse, pulse, 2. Pulse, pulse, 3. Pulse, pulse, 4. Pulse, pulse, 5. Pulse, pulse, 6. Pulse, pulse, 7. Pulse, pulse, 8. Pulse, pulse, 9. Pulse, pulse, 10. Pulse, pulse, 11. Pulse, pulse, 12. Pulse, pulse, 13. Pulse, pulse, 14. Pulse, pulse, 15. All right, 70 down. 30 to go. Ooh. Ow. My body's like, you're not supposed to do anything today. Yeah. Let's stretch again. Boom. The ride on lawnmower is not a big deal, really. Still just a little bit. Then I did the push mower in the ditch. But that was fun. Okay. All right. 20. It's going to be 10. Pause 10. I believe we were over here. I'm going to go that direction and then back this direction. 3, 2, 1. Pulse, pulse, 1. Pulse, pulse, 2. Pulse, pulse, 3. Pulse, pulse, 4. Pulse, pulse, 5. Pulse, pulse, 6. Pulse, pulse, 7. Pulse, pulse, 8. Pulse, pulse, 9. Pulse, pulse, 10. All right. 10 the other direction. Ready for it. 3, 2, 1. Pulse, pulse, 1. Pulse, pulse, 2. Pulse, pulse, 3. Pulse, pulse, 4. Pulse, pulse, 5. Pulse, pulse, 6. Pulse, pulse, 7. Pulse, pulse, 8. Pulse, pulse, 9. Pulse, pulse, 90. All right, hold on. Hold on, hold on. Okay. Come back. I know, where'd I go? Food on the stove. Had to pull it off the plate for a second there. All right, meal prepping, you know. All right, final 10. Whew, we got this. Final 10. Then we'll do a little stretch, maybe a little balance. 3, 2, 1. And pulse, pulse, 1. Pulse, pulse, 2. Pulse, pulse, 3. Pulse, pulse, 4. Pulse, pulse, 95. Pulse, pulse, 96. Pulse, pulse, 97. Pulse, pulse, 98. Pulse, pulse, 99. Pulse, pulse, 100. Done. All right. Stretch it. Pull it in. How a mess. I know. Stop it. Other leg. Pull it in. Woo! All right, now. Focus on it. Pull that foot in. Pull that foot into the side thing. Pull it this way. Lean down. Come on up with that foot. As you're coming into a squat. Down, out, up, down. Other side. First, over, into the tree. Come on down. Whew. Woo, I have no balance today. Come on down, up, get the foot over to the side. In, down. All right, now down, twist, twist, up, down, tree, in, focus, in, toe, out, in, tree, down, other side, ready, down, twist, twist, up, tree. This is balancing on my belly. Focus. Focus. Fall out. Focus. In. Grab the toe. I am on my bad knee. And lever out there. Out to the side. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. In. To the mat. Walk it out. Or carpet, huh? Push it back. Come on in. I gotta get back to cooking. Enough playtime. This is checked off and done.